Hello guys and welcome back. Apollo WG here again today, and in today's video I'm going to go through some tips and tricks on how to improve your accuracy on H1Z1 King of the Kill. Today's video was suggested by Derek Nowicki. I think I've said your name right, I hope I have, but a huge thank you to Derek for that suggestion and just give him a shout out. If you guys ever want to see me do a video, just leave it in the comments down below and I'll try my best to get round to it. Cracking on in today's tips and tricks, we'll be covering the areas: number 1, reticle sensitivity; number 2, bullet drop and distancing; number 3, enemy movement and player movement; number 4, recoil, staying calm; number 5, practice and have fun. This is Apollo WG and here's tip number 1. For you guys then will be reticle and sensitivity. I've covered this in a previous video, but I'm going to go into more depth within this video. So to get into it, you want to go and press escape. You have your options at the top, then go to gameplay and you will have the list here. This can be accessed at the main menu, but I say it's better to use it in game, as you can see all the changes you make. Then on the side here you have your reticles. You have 1 to 30. The best reticle to use is the smaller ones. Now the reason for this, if I use reticle 20, I can't judge the middle of it exact straight away, like I'm trying to judge it. You don't want to be doing that. You want to be using one that's more precise and you aren't having to fight that aspect of the game. So I just use number 1 or number 6 the majority of the time, and now I can see exactly where I'm going to aim and I'm not fighting for the middle of the reticle. Then this is the most important part. Go to gameplay, go to your sensitivity. You don't want to be playing on a sensitivity you can't control. For example, if I put it all out to 100, yeah, I can't control that sensitivity. This is another aspect of the game that you don't want to be fighting. So I'm going to quickly go back to gameplay and we're going to change it to a sensitivity that I can control. Now I normally keep this quite low, so I've got more control where I'm aiming. When I aim in, it moves a little bit faster. I'm probably going to turn that one down, but also with it being on a low sensitivity, I can also get behind me in a sweep. So if somebody shoots behind me, I'm like, oh, what's going on there? And I'm there. So this is tip number 1. Hope it's helped. Here's tip number 2. Tip number 2 in today's accuracy video will be bullet drop and distancing. The first thing I'm going to say to you is the further away the target is, you want to aim a little bit higher. So if he's right there, I'm going to hit him straight away. If he's down there by that rock and I aim at the rock, I've just completely missed him. I've hit the floor. What you want to look for your indication is that black smoke as to where your bullet's landing. So you can see the black smoke's there. So I'm not hitting the target. I need to aim a little bit higher. And now I've hit the target. Another little tip for you guys is just to practice on the target. So you, obviously if the person's moving or if he's down there standing still, take a few shots at him. If you're missing him, you're hitting the floors, aim a little bit higher and just use that black smoke as a little marker as to where your bullets are hitting. So different guns have different bullet drops. The AK is obviously going to be the same as the AR, but a sniper is going to have no bullet drop whatsoever. A shotgun, it's going to hit all the way down there, but the bullets are going to scatter, but it's going to be weak as hell when it hits down the bottom. So this has been tip number 2. Moving on to tip number 3. Tip number 3, player movement and enemy movement. This isn't necessarily an accuracy tip, but it is an important tip. If you're playing online against people, their movement is going to be the key to their survival, I think, and key to your survival. The more you run, jump and crouch when shooting people, strafe left and right, the harder you are to hit. But what you've got to take into account when fighting the enemy is also going to do this. So you want to just make sure that you're aware of what he's going to do or what he's going to try to attempt and encounter adjust for that engagement. So if you're in a close action area, say he's come up to me, he's at this tree now, jump about, shotgun, strafe left and right when you're shooting at long distances, it just helps you out. Jump if you need to. Just all them things will improve your chance of survival. It might not improve your accuracy, but it's gonna make you hard. Tip number 4 in today's video will be recoil and staying calm. One thing that I want to advise you guys not to do is spam fire. If you spam fire, your bullets are gonna go everywhere. So try to avoid spam firing as much as possible. What you want to do is just take your time. And as you can see, my bullets are literally going in the same place every time. The reason for recoil on this game is when you take off a few shots, you can see that my accuracy ended up top right on my screen nearly. You literally don't want to be doing that. You just want to be taking pop shots and wait for your reticle to return to its original firing position. The next tip that I'm going to give you on this area of the game is go to your gameplay, and here you will have a show cone of fire. Turn that on, and now as you can see on the reticle, 4 lines will come up around the reticle. This is just going to show you where all your bullets can go within that area. It's a neat little trick if you want to just practice with that, but I turn it off because I pretty much know now where all the bullets go, so I don't really need that. The next thing I'm going to be saying within this tip is don't panic. If you panic in an encounter, you are possibly going to die because you're going to lose control of your hand. You're going to blow, yeah, all that kind of stuff. It sounds like I was having sex noises. And you always want to make sure that you are carrying the right weapon to the right encounter. So if he's behind this rock, I don't really want to pull out an AR. I want to be going around there and shotgunning him because you've got a higher chance of one-shotting him. Also, a tip that I see a lot of people do is when they're going into an encounter, they're looking at the floor. Don't look at the floor, look towards where he's going to be, because you're going to need to get that shot off on his body. So this is the best I can give you for tip number 4. Here's tip number 5. The final tip for you guys today is number 5. The most important one, as always, practice and have fun. To practice on H1Z1, they give you a training mode that you can play in solos. I think that this is the best way to practice. All of today's tips have been recorded in this because I couldn't do it in a game because I just don't get a chance and everybody just chasing me and I always go for a kill and get distracted from what I'm meant to be doing. So I've done it in training just to show you guys today. Also, the final one is to have fun. You ain't going to enjoy the game, you ain't going to get better at it if you're not having fun. So just make sure you're having fun. If that means playing with other people, playing on your own, do whatever you can to make the game as fun as possible. Set yourself challenges every now and again. Have a break from the game every now and again. That's all I can really say. I hope that these tips have helped you guys today. If they have, go check out my Twitter, subscribe to the page, like the video, and leave a comment of feedback down below what you thought about this video, if it helped you out a lot, if it didn't help you out a lot, or future videos for me to do. Thanks again to Derek Nowicki for the suggestion on today's video. This has been Apollo WG. Peace.